It ain't gonna happen for all of y'all, but majority of y'all that hear my voice, I can make that happen without a shadow of a doubt. If you ain't already had what I'm gonna share with you already done. And it's basically this, folks. The IRS said 80% of all taxpayers that have a job is paying too much in taxes every time they get their paycheck. The IRS said this. The IRS also said that the way I interpret it, I'm gonna get. I should have the form. I can find it, but I ain't got time right now. But I can get it to you. That won't be no problem. But the form says that pretty much the way I interpret it. Hey, taxpayers, y'all are paying too much money in taxes every time y'all get paid. So this is what happened when y'all do that. We take your money. This is 80% of all taxpayers in America. They take your money every time you get paid, so they say weekly, and they invest it. And they get big time investments, probably anywhere from 20 to 30%. Daily they could get. Banks and stuff could get that kind of hedge fund. They could get that kind of percentage daily on your money. Now we're talking 80% of American taxpayers. That's probably trillions of dollars if you add it all up, to be honest, weekly. And then at the end of the year, they give you a refund of how much you overpaid them by them taking your money out and more than they supposed to take out because they want to make sure they get theirs. Because think about this, folks. Think about this. Think about it. If you ain't open your eyes yet, you should have been open your eyes. I'm sorry, but think about this, because I was gonna tell you to close your eyes again, but I said, "Dad, remember, I didn't even tell them to open their eyes yet, so some of them might still have their eyes closed. Open your eyes. I'm sorry." So, but check this out. Imagine if the IRS told every taxpayer, the 80% of people that pay taxes, imagine they said this, sent you a letter and said, "Hey, I tell y'all what, I know y'all struggling every time y'all get paid because we taking that federal and state out, and it's killing a lot of y'all, especially you single folks that ain't got no kind of deductions. It's just you. I mean, they taking the max out of your paycheck, and you just like, and they say, I tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna not take it out no more. We're gonna let you keep all your money. At the end of the year, send us what you owed us. We even send you the bill because we already know how much you're making. I mean, we can get an estimate, but you tell us how much you made, and we know that anyhow when you file your taxes. But the bottom line is, that's when you can send us y'all money. How many folks you think would do that? That's my point, and that's what the IRS said too. That's their point. We don't trust y'all, cause y'all won't pay us if we let y'all do that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take out estimated amount what we think you should pay us, and we're gonna take a little bit more just in case that's not enough. And then if we took too much out, we'll give you a refund at the end of the year. Folks, the IRS said this. So they said, hey, it'll be better if you took your own money and invested it yourself, and you got the good interest rate and everything on your money in return, instead of us doing it. Or if you got some debt, take that extra money that we was taking, and now you getting it, and pay off some debt. That might be a better option. That's what I already said. Not what my econ said. So in other words, folks, this is what I'm saying. When you get involved with us, we're going to show you how to fill out that W-4 correctly. And I'm gonna tell you, folks, if you got kids living at the house with you, say 2 kids, 3 kids, oh man, I guarantee, I ain't gonna say I guarantee, but I almost guarantee some of y'all definitely got yours filled out wrong. I can show you how to some of y'all probably got, if you got 2 kids, and say you married and you got 2 kids, you probably got 4 or 5 on that form dealing with your W-4 form I'm talking about, folks. The form you filled out when you first start working at your job to tell the employee how much money to take out of each paycheck to offset your taxes at the end of the year, the W-4. That's what you have to fill out. So think about this, folks. When you filled that form out, what did you have on that form dealing with how much money they taking out of your paychecks? In other words, did you have on there you was married and you had 2 kids? This a family was married with 2 kids. So you have husband, wife, and 2 kids. So what did you put on the form? 4 or 5? So by the time you get through with everything, you probably have about 5 or 6. But when we get through with you, you're going to have about 9 or 10 legally. Just going down the form. And we're going to show you step by step the IRS form, the W-4, and how to fill it out correctly. Especially if you got kids. Oh man, this will blow your mind. And some folks probably saying, hey, well, will I owe at the end of the year? In some cases, you might do owe at the end of the year. But think about this. Say they were taking $200, $300, just say $300 out of your check every month, and you got it back on your paycheck, state and federal. So say you got about $400 back, $350. Just round it off to 400. In a year, that's 4,800 came in your hands, not the IRS, and you got to pay back maybe 1,000. Would it be worth it? Or you have to look at how much would you getting back anyhow. Now, if you were getting, but if you were getting, $4,000 or $5,000 back every year, you might say, well, no, I'm losing money. No, you're not really losing money. That's just on what I'm saying. You might have to pay. Now, if you get in business with us, because I don't know what network marketing company you in, but if you get in business with us, even if you don't get in business with us, we still give you a financial education because we have a software system that I think every network marketer should have. It costs, a couple dollars a month, but bottom line is it's going to keep all your expenses in order. It's going to keep all your receipts in order. It's going to take pictures. You can take pictures of all your receipts. It's going to transfer down into your software, and it's going to be right on your printout in order for to send straight to your accountant, and your work is done. It's serious, to be honest. And we do now sell it to other network marketing companies. We're doing it for a couple of years now. But folks, the purpose of this video is, and I know I've been rambling, but I decided to, when the thought come to me, I got to record it. Rather you see my face or you don't. Most time you will be seeing my face, but when it hits me to what I need to talk about, I got to get it on recording, because what I'm sharing now could change your life in 2018 dealing with personal financial success. Because think about this, folks. If I could show you, pretty much guaranteed I could show you how to lower your taxes by changing that W-4, minimize your household expenses, dealing with internet service, cell phone service, eating out, driving your vehicle, whatever, minimize your expenses. Take that money, the W-4 money, once we reduce some of your expenses and narrow it down to necessities that you really need and don't need, we get a few dollars out of that deal because we got $300 or $400 from the W-4. Now we might have $100 or $200 from the expenses that we saved. So say we got $500 now from this example. We're going to add that $500 to the debt. Because before, folks, everybody wants to get out of debt, and everybody know how to get out of debt, but they need some extra cash flow in order to even think about getting out of debt. Folks want to invest. Folks want to put more in their 401k, 403b, and all that stuff, pensions or whatever, but they don't have no extra income to put into those situations, and that's why they need a home-based business, and the correct home-based business, my econ. Trust me. This company been out for 13 years, folks. The guys that put it together, the creators, they've been doing this for 30 years. Personal financial success. And done millions, close to be billions of dollars in revenue. And it ain't no just over the night, get rich quick scheme and all that stuff. This is the financial education. It might take you 3, 4, 5 years to obtain this knowledge. But I guarantee you'll be up in the 1% of knowledge dealing with personal financial success without a shadow of a doubt. And I'm going to give you some examples of what you're going to learn if you hang around long enough to learn it. You're going to learn about stuff that maybe you heard, maybe you haven't heard. You heard of passive income. You heard of asset accumulation. You call it income producing. You call it residual. You call it leverage. You heard of the extra digit movement community. That's what we're about. The extra digit movement is about with my econ. And it's a movement of personal financial success. And my econ comes from my economy, not the world economy, not President Trump economy, not nobody's economy, because that's going to happen, whether we have anything to say about it or not. But what's going on at the end of the day in my household, my economy, my wealth, my generational wealth, my kingdom, same as yours. So we're going to give you that financial education that you'll have a PhD to a doctoral degree when you get through with our education. I guarantee you that. Even if you don't make no money. Even if you don't make no money. And if you want to make some money with the knowledge that I'm going to share with you, you share with somebody else. And that's how you make money if you want to make money. But this is not about making money. If you don't want to make no money, you just want to get a personal financial success education. And the personal financial education is this. We're going to show you how to lower your taxes, minimize your expenses, get rid of your debt, and put more in your retirement portfolio. Because that extra $500 added to your debt is going to pay that debt off quicker. And it's also going to give you a strategy and an outline of what debts to pay off first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Because the software, you put all that into that, and it's going to calculate everything for you, which one first, second, third, fourth, fifth debts that you have. And it's going to show you how to add that $500 to the first one, pay it off, second one, pay it off, third one, pay it off. And folks, it's going to blow your mind how fast you can become totally debt free by following this system. And then now take that money for the last step, which is the passive income, because you want to live off of interest and all that good stuff, folks, and capital gains, and just live comfortable. And we're going to give you an education on things such as stocks, bonds, mutual funds, CDs, IRAs, Roth, annuities, SEPs, simples, all of that stuff dealing with wealth in America, dealing with how it all works and why you need to be at 8-10% minimum on your return in order to even maintain the lifestyle that you're living. We're gonna get your financial education of dealing with, hey, do you know how much money, how much asset you're gonna need when you retire in order for you to live the same life that you're living if you can't go back to work? Do you know that? That's stuff that you got to know. And for an example, what I'm saying is this. Say you're making $50,000 a year. The number's not even important. $10,000 a year, $20,000 a year. All you do is time that 10 times. So if you make it 50, 10 times, that's $500,000. In order for you to make $50,000 a year, $4,000 a month, $4,300 a month, you had to have an asset of $500,000, getting you a minimum of 10% return in order for you to get the $50,000 a year to $4,300 a month. Now, what you got to decide between this video that you listening to and my voice you listening to is, do you have $500,000 in your pension plan, your 401k, your 403b, your annuity, whatever investment you have, getting you 10%, that will pay you the $50,000 a year, the $4,300 a month, forever? And if that's not the case, you're gonna work until you die. Bottom line. So, folks, what I'm sharing with you is facts, truth. It ain't a rocket science. If you're making $100,000, you married, y'all making some good money, got it going on. She making 50, you making 50, you got 100,000 coming in the household. That means you need $1 million in your portfolio in order for y'all to just maintain that lifestyle. And the crazy part about it, maintaining, most of us is living paycheck to paycheck, even maintaining. Okay, how much you making? So that's what this is all about. We're going to show you how to get rid of all that stuff, whether you talk to somebody or not. But it'd be good to talk to somebody, because think about how many folks need this same information that I'm going to be sharing with you over the next couple of days. Because, folks, I got to put in as many folks as we can into our system before January 11th. And it's December 21st today. Because every December, for the past couple